It's
It's a philosophical clusterfuck too, like conceptualizing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're moving towards death every day it's just a whole. I mean, I don't even. I also used to not think about it that much because I felt like untouchable. But like I would be so obsessed with being like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But now, like I'm about to be 40, December 20th, and I'm like, oh shit, I have no sense of time in any capacity. And not just in an ADD way, where people with ADD, that is like a thing where we have like a hard time like literally conceptualizing like an hour versus a month or whatever the shit. But I have a hard time like conceptualizing. I don't know. It's just overwhelming.
You did so good today. You got here at 5.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
As an ADD person,
especially if I'm doing someone else's something or other, I really try to like be on time for that.
I cannot do it.
Really?
It's just impossible. Today I was like, I'm gonna get there at 4:30. I got there at 4:50.
But you said you had to get there at 4:30, so you set a booby trap for yourself.
I set a booby trap.
Right. Totally. So then you did it. Then you got on time.
Yeah, totally.
Not on time for the time that you wanted, but
I get stuck at the door. I can't. I have to check the stove so many times, and then the door, and then I go back all the way up my.
What's going on with it? Is the stove an OCD thing?
Yeah.
So how many times do you have to check it?
Oh, it depends. It depends on how close I am to my period.
Interesting.
Yeah, if my Prozac is working, if it's like. It depends on. It's just like if I have a lot of self-doubt, like if I binge ate recently, all of a sudden my self-doubt is in there.
So then you're like.
That was the. I don't want to get off the aging thing. Do you know that?
Doctor diagnosed.
Same. I mean,
really?
Not really, but yeah, I've had doctors say you might be autistic.
Have you gone through like the full scope of testing? It takes like a month.
You did a month-long autism test with like the textures and all that shit.
That's not what it is. It's like a long interview. It's like basically the best podcast of all time.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Where you're asked like the deepest questions about yourself, and you have to answer, and then they can find out through that. It's crazy. It was a crazy experience. I was like, I wish all journalists could give me what this woman is giving me. It was great.
Yeah, but you're highly perceptive. You understand people's emotions clearly.
I understand people's emotions, but
You geek out?
I geek out.
Really? How?
I geek out. Yeah, I'm like
slap your head kind of thing?
Yeah, when I was a kid, it was really bad. I was like really like, if anything freaked me out, it was like immediately like smacking my head against a wall until I was bleeding.
I had that, but it was OCD.
I have OCD as well.
Yeah.
Well, I had it like really bad when I was a child and a teenager, and then I did in 8th grade like an OCD outpatient program where I was like in a mental hospital for like 6 hours a day
doing exposure therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And what was contaminating?
It knocked me out of it. I was like really scared about food. I was really scared. I was very like anal retentive. Like it was all these things. I was like had just like very kind of strict routines, but I was sort of like the least crazy person in there because it was a really hard. I was at UCLA. It was a really like weird experimental exposure response prevention program that only accepted like maybe 4 people at a time, and the other people that were in the program were like really poorly adjusted, and I was already sort of like I ended up having to leave the program to like go be on television. Like I was already sort of like beginning my life. I just had this like one hurdle to get over, which was like my crippling, disgusting, like nervous breakdown inducing obsessive compulsive disorder, and it did knock it out of me.
Really?
Yeah, it worked.
Like what? Were they like, eat the spinach, it's wet?
It was basically just like, like all the other kids in the program, their fears were things that I sort of ran to, which was interesting. So I would find that they would like kind of get wacky and use me to trigger other children in the program. So like there was a girl, for instance, who like most of the other kids' fears were surrounded around being bad, like being perceived as being bad people or amoral or whatever.
Like scrupulosity.
Yeah, but I was already an internet raconteur. Like I was already like actively getting canceled on the internet for talking shit about people and like being a prankster and having an offensive sense of humor. So like that was just like not even anything I could fathom. And so they would have me sort of like speak the way that I do openly make the kids sit there and listen to me and then track and do coping skills until they felt like they weren't having panic attacks.
Like you'd be like, I think that bitch is fat over there.
Yeah.
That person's ugly.
Yeah.
I would fuck somebody's wife.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
And they had to like, they would have all the kids sit and I would speak that way. And then they'd be like, okay, Sabrina, rate yourself 1 through 10. How do you feel? We're going to try to get you down to a 9 now. Ivy, go. And then I would just say a joke that I would say on Instagram. So it was
What'd
like
you get canceled for?
just like being like a troll. Like, I mean, it's like happened so many times over now where it's like,
But what's an example?
the recent thing they're trying to get me for is like making a joke about JonBenet Ramsey. Like, if this video on Reddit has like of me making a joke about JonBenet Ramsey has like,
Is it like a pedophile joke or is it like?
Like, no, it's just me like in a gown being like, I look like JonBenet Ramsey, and they're
Wow.
saying that that's like too far, which is crazy because like people are purporting themselves to care about JonBenet Ramsey, but I think I care about JonBenet Ramsey more than these people who are trying to, castigate me for caring about JonBenet Ramsey care about JonBenet Ramsey. Like, I really care about JonBenet Ramsey. I think, like, as an art object and as, like, a cultural touch point, she is, like, one of the most fascinating items or people that we've had of the past, like, 50 years.
Why?
Bar none. I think, like, the JonBenet Ramsey case and the way that it was spoken about after the fact, well, first of all, it's, like, at the exact intersection of all the things that I like to wrestle with in my work and all the things that I'm really into, which is like,
and it makes us sleepy when we
It
have to do
does.
something like that. It
I
makes
start
us,
to
like,
shut down.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like when my mom is like, you have to open a Vanguard or something, and as soon as she says Vanguard, I'm like, I start to die. But if you're like, get angry about something, I can get angry about anything. I can write an angry email as the day is long.
This one, I kept it real. I kept it real. I put it through the ChatGPT cycle. I said, do I sound friendly in it? I didn't, because I love an angry email.
Yeah.
I love, and then I'll regret that a little bit sometimes.
But also, you're done when you hit the email send. It feels so good. You're done. You did something. The email list is like never ending.
And this isn't part of my life. I don't work there.
Yeah.
I don't have any. I'm not asking for anything.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just I'm letting you know something that you guys could have. Do
Something
better.
really. Now they have an annoying task that you would never be able to complete. You know what I mean? But they will do it. You did this thing.
Just
no, I
so
totally
you
agree.
know,
I do that shit all the time.
You like Yelp reviews and stuff.
No, I do different. Mine is different. Mine is like today I had so much shit to do, and it was like I'm leaving on Thursday for 2 or over 2 weeks, whatever. And there's just so much to do. I'm not packed. I
Never
hadn't
packed.
cooked. I hadn't
Nope.
whatever. And
Never
I
been
found a
fucking
thing on the
packed.
side of the road,
What'd you find?
a really sick thing full of drawers.
Okay.
And I brought it back to my house.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like supposed to be on a Zoom meeting, and I just start like fixing it up
Yep.
and refurbishing it, and now it's all over my living room, and I have to put it back together tonight. And it's like, but for me, I'm like, this feels incredible. When I go home
Yes.
later and put the drawers in the thing,
That's gonna be satisfying.
it's gonna be amazing. But I didn't get any of my shit done.
I know.
Really, like, I've been trying, like, kind of to quit viola for a long time, but I can't quit it.
Do you have the people do this with carpentry? I'm about to get my period, so I forget words, and I've dropped 9 things today. I went to Rag & Bone, and I just dropped things all around their store.
Did you get anything at Rag & Bone?
I got that scarf because I was freezing to death.
Oh, nice.
It was
Oh.
$200. Look at that piece of shit.
Yeah, Rag & Bone is really
Why did
expensive.
I do that?
It's really nice, though.
I was so cold, though.
Yeah.
And anyway, I dropped everything in the store because I'm about to get my period. So I have. Do you get that?
You get... what does
I
it feel
tripped.
like, right, before you get your period? Because I get, like...
I have PMDD.
I have PMDD
Oh,
as
great.
well.
Awesome.
Yeah. I my husband keeps a note in his phone of things I say around that time, because I'm always like, I don't know, like, what is even my apartment? I don't recognize where I live. I feel like, and then he reads them to me, and it's like always the same thing around the
Bro,
same time.
I just started seeing this new person, and I'm having to explain to him PMDD, and I'm like, you're a stranger. My shelf is a stranger. My books, never seen him. Dog, who have no. Actually, the dog stays pretty familiar, which is
That's good.
I will say, highly recommend dog for PMDD because she is familiar. Sometimes you get intrusive thoughts where you're like, what if I put her in the oven? But it's very weird. You're literally being like, I'm in a space that I know. You're a stranger. I'm the most strangery.
Right.
Everything that I own is weird. Everything is like comically an object. Like if you're like picking up your mascara, you're like, oh, just a tube of stuff. It's like you're in a set.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything feels like, how did I get here? I start
ketamine?
thinking, I can't look at a photo from like 2 months ago because I'll be like, I was a totally different person. Like, I don't even know who I am. And like,
Why is that? Is that dissociation?
I mean, I definitely dissociate, but but why is that what happens when we get our period?
It's like we're allergic to the feeling, but it's really weird in dating a new person because you're like, yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's-
then as soon as it's off, you're like, oh yeah, hello, I'm back.
Yes.
But there is like a weirdness at first where you're like, we are very familiar, but I am not totally up to speed on this. And I feel
Right.
insane right now. And then you like, he was like, you're acting different. And I was like, that's pretty much the one thing I can't hear. You can't tell me I'm
Oh.
acting different. That's like telling a high person they're acting different.
Oh, because that freaks you out more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. To be like, you're being weird. I'm like, yeah, no shit, dog.
Yeah, I guess I don't get that because my husband's just like, yeah, you're always like this at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
time. So that doesn't freak me out. But if someone is like, you're different, or like
That's
you
awful.
seem like, he's occasionally said like, I don't know, like are you okay? You seem like you're in a weird mood. Like not even when I'm PMDDing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'll be like, what?
What does that mean?
No, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Am
What
I
do you?
not, am I
and
not
then
who I promised I would be?
freak the fuck out.
Stand up on PMDD, elite.
Really?
The road, kill myself.
Sure. You don't want to.
But marching into the cellar like manic and feeling insane, not myself, and then getting up on stage and be like, "Who are you?" Blah, 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 and like that I can do.
But that's like you're good at that. I
get
need to
tongue-tied.
be like myself. Like
Oh,
I'm so
yeah.
scripted and like
Yeah, yeah.
like I just feel like it throws me off.
I feel like it's the only place where I feel I'll like go on stage for an hour and then get off stage and start crying because I'm so bummed out that I have to go back to feeling bad.
Yeah.
Because on stage I'm like, you suck, you're ugly, you're dumb. I kind of like you. Do you have kids? I don't want kids. How did you? You know what I mean? Like I'm able to like completely go sicko mode, and people are like, we love that. But then I get off stage, and people are like, how are you doing? And I'm like, and then I say something that's really inappropriate or mean.
yeah, it's like the only situation where it's acceptable to be that
To be
way.
insane. It's sick.
Yeah.